Good morning, boys and girls, friends and lovers, children of all ages. We've got cops here at 8th and Logan, directly across the street from the governor's mansion. We've got a few city staff not talking to anybody. Good morning. We're gonna have quite an interesting morning this morning because these people are in no way ready to move from 8 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, people are being asked to get on a bus and move to a hotel. A zero tolerance hotel, where they're allowed to carry 2 bags worth of property. And we have EHS services here. We have at least 2 units of the Denver Police Department here. We have a plan, according to the City and County of Denver, to move bodies off the street and into the sidewalk. Off the sidewalks and into the hotel. So the first thing that I want to highlight is the excessive waste of city funds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pigs in a blanket hanging out. Guns, the use of force. If each of these people only made $20 an hour, it'd be $160 an hour. But I would probably calculate that the effective force use of these officers, the training, the equipment, their pay grades. Oh, there's a 9th one. Body camera finally just went on. Right? There's at least 2 sergeants and a corporal. And we're talking $1,000 an hour here for the vehicles that are running, right? Are these vehicles going to stay running all day?
I don't know about this one. This is DPS.
Okay.
I don't know if I can check in with them. I'll check.
Yeah, I think that's the state statute city one too. Can't run your vehicle for more than 5 minutes unless you're using it. Why so many officers?
What's that?
Why so many officers?
Well, we're just worried about it. So a lot of people are stressed out right now.
Yeah, they're stressed out because there's a lot of guns here.
There was only 2.
Why are there so many?
Because people started showing up and causing problems, man.
What do you mean by that?
Just yelling and screaming and making these people feel worried, and you know what I mean? They're already stressed out because they're moving. You know, that's stressful, man. If I had to move right now, I'd lose my mind.
Yeah.
I hate moving.
I was here yesterday. People weren't prepared. The city didn't instruct them very well. You know, well, they weren't packing their stuff and preparing for a move.
Yeah, I wait till the last minute too. I'm the same way.
You do?
I do, man.
Okay.
I'm bad. I'll procrastinate, man.
Just to fly out of the airport, because that's all you get is 2 bags, right?
That's it, man.
Like you're flying out of the airport.
Yeah, I keep downsizing because
I keep moving. By the way, for the record, can I get your name and badge number, please?
John Udland, UDLAND, 05140.
Thank you very much, John.
You got it. All right.
So their story is that all these cops weren't here and that they need to leave and that they was stressed out. Why are all the cameras converging? You can't see everybody at all their other spots.
That's true.
You guys aren't yelling and causing a scene, are you?
Not both of us.
Would we do that?
Not both of us.
I mean, this is supposed to be the city's peaceful move.
You know what? I tried to ask this guy for his card.
This tall dude, this very tall dude.
And he got all scared and shit. He's the biggest fucking guy here.
Yeah, he's the biggest dude.
That guy.
Yeah. He's got the weirdest
And he didn't identify?
No,
he won't
felt
identify.
identified.
That's why I need to talk to his supervisor.
Yeah, per his own company's policy.
Live on television, he didn't want to.
He would act like a dork.
There's no denying it.
Okay.
Yeah, he would.
Well, we got Lady Justice and Amazing Audits here. Find them on YouTube. If you're a mod, you can drop them in the links.
Plastic out here.
That's right.
It's most prolific live stream.
We're gonna
To the scene today.
we're gonna walk around for a little bit. I got work and job and life to do today, so I want you guys to track these guys as well. But this is the big move day. The essence of the story is that the people who were out here yesterday, and I was here yesterday, cleaned some trash, talked to a few folks, had conversations. We're going to tell you that they're not prepared to move. Some of them are, some of them aren't. Now, the reason that this place is being moved is allegedly due to safety in the timeline. But I want to highlight a couple pieces of the news in the story here. The first is that this is the trash. This is the debris, the mixed materials that got picked up yesterday by the Headwaters Protectors, a group that goes to encampments and provides services to the city unhoused, not to the city themselves, but to the unhoused in the city, because those toilets there, yes, there are toilets at this encampment, right? So disease and filth is not the reason that we have a move going on today. We have a move going on today because that's the governor's mansion, and the governor's balls, black tie affairs, other festivities, get in a tangle when there's homeless hanging out across the street. So thank you, Governor Polis, today for this unprepared, ill-planned move of all of this community. Meanwhile, we're going to highlight that these people here are standing around doing absolutely fucking nothing. They're a waste on the taxpayers' dollars, hanging out in a group setting like this. Denver Public Schools Department of Safety is here. I don't know why. Is there a school here? His car seems to be running, so he's puffing, which is a violation of ordinances, of course. So as we just continue to observe the conditions that are here, maybe he just shut his car off. He was puffing. We're going to just highlight that there's a lot of manpower here, woman power as well, but they're just hanging out and laughing and not doing any valid services here to the society, the community of unhoused. Now, why do I say the governor's balls get in the way of real homeless service? I say that.
Inform them, please.
Yeah, I'm doing my thing, and then they can watch later or come. Your links are shared as well.
Yeah, tell everybody what's going on.
Yeah. So this neighborhood is a beautiful neighborhood, and there's lots of people who need a place to live, a place to survive their lives, to figure out things. And sidewalks and tents aren't the place for people to live. We want to recognize that in all deep-heartedness. It's an inhumane way to treat our human beings, okay? This is a puffer. This car is running right here. This is unit 0172. This officer is violating the law. He's puffing. Can we see what's on in the camera? Can we get that? Do you see? Do you think there's the screen is black. The computer screen is black. But this car is puffing. Jamie's causing a scene, it looks like. But the point being here, this camp is being decommissioned. Cut the plastic on YouTube. This camp is being decommissioned, meaning that those workers that are down there at the end from the city are moving these people. They're saying this sidewalk is permanently and forever closed, and no homeless person ever in the history of humankind is going to be allowed to squat in this space due to the emergency settings of their life. And the reality is that that's never going to work. But this governor, his events, his black tie festivals, his balls, you know, the galas. The governor's balls are inconvenienced by all these homeless because the people would park here in this parking lot, and then as they went across the street to the governor's mansion, they'd have to see all of this. Sorry for the spinning, and I know it's probably head spinning, a little nauseating there. But that's the factor of what we're dealing with here, okay? Since the governor has a black tie event coming up, his gala, his ball is going to be interrupted and inconvenienced by this. And so we've got to really just express that that's a problem for the governor. But the people's problem is the way they're doing this. You see, yesterday morning, as I was here with a community group that serves the needs of the unhoused, and good morning, and Michael was here as well with me. We came and cleaned trash.
Yesterday, yeah.
People were consuming cannabis. Some foils were out, right? It's not a problem per se.
No more so than any other neighborhood in Denver.
And no more so than any other neighborhood in Denver, which is the point. Except that these people are being told by city workers today that they have to move.
Yep.
And the place that they're moving to is a zero tolerance living. So, good morning, get sober. If you don't like it, we're not going to give you a place to live and figure your life out.
Lose the rights that you've been voted to be given by your fellow Colorado citizens.
Right? This is the problem with the operation today. And so I just want to highlight that for everybody. This gentleman in purple is a Denver citizen. But the problem is that you got to pack and only have two bags, like you're getting on an airplane. Pretend like you're getting on an airplane, and that's what you get to take with you from this site. So that's one of the issues that we're trying to highlight here today, right? Is that if you own all this and this is your property, you have a couple bikes, you have some wagons, maybe you don't need the shopping cart anymore, so that's not a property you're going to need to worry about. But how do you take everything that you live and take 2 bags?
2 bags?
2 bags.
No, they're supposed to be taking us to shop to get us a storage space. They're supposed to be here to take all our things that we want to keep to storage.
Okay, that's what they told you.
Yes.
Okay.
2 months storage.
2 months storage.
That's what they said.
Okay, and how long is the housing they're providing?
I don't know.
You don't know.
They won't even give it to me because they said that I didn't show up to sign the list. But if people don't show up,
How long
to
you been
get their
camping out here?
room, I'm on the way.
You're on the wait list. How long have you been here?
Here, they brought me over here and put me in a tent. Said that it was going to be a week and a half at the most. But they were going to get us housing.
So you're on the wait list.
Now I'm on the wait list. If people don't show up today, then they said that I got to wait till tomorrow to know.
Okay.
To get the room. Where
So,
am I going today?
In the meantime, today, are they working with you to
They're gonna
move your
sweep.
property?
They won't even help me pack. And I'm handicapped. I
Okay.
can't use my hand because I have nerve damage.
Are there advocates who are here to help?
They said there are, but then the supervisor told them that they couldn't help me because I'm on the waiting list.
Well, then what happens tomorrow when they tell you you have to leave? All right, I'm going to ask the
I don't
questions.
know.
But the reality is that you're going to
Probably
need
bulldoze me.
you're going to need storage, or they're going to throw it away on you.
They said they were going to get a storage.
Okay.
They said they were coming today to take our things to storage.
All right.
They said
When did they say that? On Friday?
today.
Oh, this morning.
When they were up here every day,
Okay.
they was all up here signing the list, bringing well power, bringing whoever. Here you are. Come here.
Good morning.
Come here.
Okay.
Daddy. Oh, it's just it's a ribbon.
Good morning. What agency are y'all with? No response from the workers. What agency they're with? That's healthy relationships right there. Hey, it's Liberty Free, Joe Black. I should say hi to you all. Friends and Code, thank you for being here. Porter Farmer, good to see you all. Sorry, this is an emergency situation. They're handing out yellow bags. I think these are the 2 bags you're allowed to take. Brian.
Oh, sorry. Oh my god. I knew that. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
How's it going so far?
Good. Good. I think a lot of host people are still over there. I think they're gonna move the bus closer so people don't have to cross the street to get in the bus.
How's packing going?
I think they're.
Nobody's gonna get on a bus at 10 if their property isn't moved.
Yeah. There's a couple people who are already ready, but they're not doing trash, so they can put their little yellow bags.
Right. So the 2 yellow bags is what you get to move into it.
Yeah.
So how humanizing is that, right? Let's just be clear about this. The bags that are being used for trash services are also the bags being used.
So the first bus is going to leave at 10. I don't know why there's so many cops here though.
We don't know why there are so many cops here, folks. We highlighted this, didn't we? But here's the reality. They're going down the way. They're handing out 2 plastic trash bags. Right? 2 plastic trash bags is what you get to pack your stuff up with and move with. If it doesn't fit in the bag, you don't get to take it with you. We're gonna put it in a City of Denver trash or compost or recycling bin, like a 75-gallon tub, and we're going to be moving it to a storage unit. Oh, I'm sorry. Come on in. Nice blinker. We're just driving in. Well, are you leaving?
Yes.
Very good.
I'm gonna be
I will
driving.
help make sure you get out safely.
I appreciate it.
One less officer on the scene. So I'm going to tripod up here for a second and get this cop out of here, because that's the best thing I get to do today. Maybe. Yep, one down. Good morning. I mean, the fact that there's a zero tolerance facility and that people were out here actively, living their life yesterday, not packing, is just a red flag. People aren't, it's just destined to fail. Hold the dog on that side, huh?
Yeah.
Folks are excited. I mean, they're ready to move, but
Okay.
it sounds like they didn't really want to give their stuff to DHS.
No, I think that they are looking to go see where it goes, put it somewhere where they have access to it. Right? I talked to a woman earlier this morning who said that she was looking at. You guys are welcome to come and say hello. Stop.
I'm okay.
That they were expecting a storage unit.
Yeah.
Right? Why would you give something all your packing to somebody when you don't have access to it? I'm not going to do this thing when I have to be back there once a day if I can go to my unit and get it. Otherwise, how am I going to get into it? This thing is just come and get it, right? And then just take it away. No, I got to put it somewhere and disseminate it. Break it down, get rid of it. right? So I wouldn't want to be giving myself EHS. That doesn't sound like a logical thing. And I don't think that any. Good morning. I don't think that any mutual aid worker would have said, "Oh yeah, that's a good idea. This is a system that works." Because we've been saying for several years that it doesn't work. The hours are impossible. You can't get there. You know, there's limited access. These are real issues, right? I'm just here to, I got work today, but I'm here to see what's going on. The cop car's puffing. Why is public schools here? There was 10, 15 cops when I showed up. This is not what works.
Do you know who this other group is that came here today?
The what?
So that was, I think that's kind of why they had police officers here in Mutual. So they all rolled up here, and this group came in and immediately just started screaming at the cops, and that kind of.
Oh, Jamie must have come, huh?
I don't know. This shirt, blue hat here. That's as much as well. I don't know what group it is. I've never seen it.
They're First Amendment free speech out of it.
They got a little crazy. It certainly wasn't
A
good.
little crazy. You haven't seen nothing.
Yeah, I'm sure I haven't, but no, it was a little wild.
Okay. So, what is this? All staff? Or I see people that aren't bad, so I'm not clear.
Yeah, it's just a mix of volunteers. A lot of them work for the city, just in the department.
What groups are here? Like, you see volunteers?
Nothing in particular. We just kind of did an all call around the city to see if
Chris disappeared on us, went over to the mayor's office.
Was that something that was access to utility workers?
we let them know that they could join us, but it was mostly just city employees. I think some.
Because I didn't see that link. I didn't share it.
Yeah, no, there wasn't a link.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. There wasn't a sign.
I'm gonna go find this young
I
lady
didn't
down
get
there.
one of those.
Yeah, no, we
Right.
Good to see you, Chris.
So you didn't reach out to mutual aid community.
not directly like that.
Because
We
I
let the police know.
definitely had some people that would have come to clean, right, and done this as they already do, right. I've kind of noticed I saw one person from mutual aid, but I'm surprised that there's not, that they're not saying we're going to help you move to your storage unit, move to your apartment. I don't see that happening. I see observers here, right? But I don't see that this is a relationship.
What do you mean? Like the volunteers are.
Like normally when, and I haven't gotten all the way up, but normally when there's probably supposed to be a coffee and donut table for the unhoused, packing up and moving. Is that here?
We don't have one.
You don't have one. I don't know if ours is here. And if it's not here,
I believe it is.
that tells me a relationship issue, right? If it is, then I'll find it. I haven't made it that far yet.
Pretty sure they've got food coming.
I just see somebody handing out garbage bags to people and saying, here's what you get to move with. And it's disgusting to me because those are the same garbage bags that were used yesterday to pack trash,
Sure.
right?
Well,
So that's a pretty disparaging process when you're handed bags one day to hand out your trash and the next day you're saying put your goods and property in here to protect them.
well,
That's just the optical bull.
it's not. It doesn't look good, but I mean, obviously, the unhoused residents who are moving don't seem to mind. I mean, they're packing their stuff up. They're moving. We're moving 70 people off the streets.
I'm gonna see what happens.
Trash bags are not going to be the hang up here.
I'm
They're
just-
saving lives. You know that.
I hope so because, like I said, when I was talking to people here yesterday, one person gave me the idea that they were super excited and ready, and they were actively packing, right? Other people weren't packing.
Right. They took their time, as they do with every other.
As they do. But when you say excited, I just kind of think I would be moving. Maybe that's just me,
Yeah.
right? But I also talked to some people and said, what does this zero tolerance mean to you? And it means, sorry, I didn't realize y'all were actually with a client. The zero tolerance meant that I'm gonna move into a place and be there for a couple days and I'm gonna be back on the street.
What is legal?
Right.
By zero tolerance, you mean
So the idea, like, I mean, if somebody's smoking a foil
yeah.
and they got to take their time to come to a place where they feel safe and they want to get sober,
Right.
right? Then, like, if I'm out in the alley or a block down the street smoking a foil because I can't do it at my tent,
Yeah.
right? And there's zero tolerance, and I come back weekend and I can get kicked out on the spot,
Right.
right? Is that what does that look like?
So I don't know exactly. As far as I understand, they're
Okay.
not going to kick folks out for using. It's the using on premises. That's
Using
the
on
problem with
premise.
That site. But it's
Okay.
not. It's not use itself that's going to get you.
Well, I guess I don't feel like I got that information before right now,
Yeah.
because what I heard yesterday was a different story.
Right. Now, all of our shelters we're using, we know that if we have a sobriety mandate, that's not going to succeed. Folks just aren't going to do that. So,
Okay.
as I understand it, TSA has a restriction on use on site, but not a restriction on
TSA.
Salvation Army.
Oh, you know they're the ones that have all their shelters with active use at night, based on the emails I told you about, right? That every mayoral candidate got, that shows the Salvation Army as a hotbed of drug activity at their shelters. People getting high all night, blocking off the bathrooms, doing all kinds of crazy shit.
So it's not zero tolerance.
So I would say it's unsafe. And the kinds of things that were talked about, where we said that, you know, having sober places for those who want sobriety,
Right.
but people who need that are going to need time to wean off.
Yep.
Those are the real issues.
Yep.
So I get it that we feel like we're taking people off the street. But when I looked at the website, and it says that it can show duplicative results, right? So what we're going to be able to do is say, we'll move this many people into this property, and we don't know how many of those people stayed for 1 week, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks because they evicted. Maybe because the data is going to show duplicate issues, right? So, you know, obviously there's some group with these blue vests. I'm really curious to know what group that is.
These are our homeless team. They're just kind of helping
The blue vest
facilitate.
is it set?
No, these are just city workers. Some of them are down from the EOC. Others are actually with our mayor's office team. But they're just kind of here to facilitate the volunteers.
All right. Just because I saw 3 or 4 blue vests now, so I knew there was a group.
Yeah,
Right.
we've got I think 2 here, and then we've got 2 at the Best Western.
Gotcha. Okay.
Help
Yeah.
volunteers.
I mean, like I said, I'm excited to see what happens, but I also know that I'm going to be sad because I can predict what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because we didn't take 28 days to have a relationship, to build the timeline to understand that each person has a caseworker that was helping them to pack, to look at the transition and prepare for it.
Yeah.
And
No, I agree. And next time we're certainly going to have a longer outreach period. This one was just kind of rushed, but
right, because of the governor's balls.
This was our pilot. You know?
Because
I mean, we've learned a lot from this round.
But
and
the pilot should have duplicated the existing proven tactics, which clearly stated that a month was needed.
Right. Well, we just didn't have the money. So I mean, this is what we did. We learned a lot of lessons. We're certainly going to do better next time. But I think this was good. This was necessary.
Is there any word yet on when next time is going to be?
We don't have that down yet
Okay.
Because we can't.
So that means nothing's
reliably
planned
say-
yet, at least.
We can't reliably say that we have enough housing units that we would comfortably be able to close down.
Right.
You know, another camp, because we want there to be enough units online to go to a whole camp and move in. Because what happened here was we had just enough for this one camp, and then we had more folks move over. And
No extras. Remember that woman who said she was moved in? Maybe you weren't there. Folks, you remember the person that said they were moved in because you heard it here. She's like, I was told it was just going to be a week. I was going to get a storage unit, and they'd have me out of here.
Someone who was moved in from.
They're on the wait
gathering
list.
place.
I'm guessing that was the case. They didn't name the agency, but they did say they were moved here in the last week. So, yeah, I got a full day ahead of me. I know that there's going to be people in and out all day watching. You will be on camera. This is not going to be 100% easy peasy. So your workers, you know, people need to know that they can operate without guns, right? There's no call to take out the trash and move somebody under the force of a gun. And somebody's loud voice shouldn't bring guns when we're used to this, right? So, that's a bad show of character by our Denver Police Department to think that was their thing, or EHS or whoever else decided that was necessary, because there's traffic, right? The cars are naturally merging over because one vehicle at the end of the road. Oh, there's a bus now, and there's not even a safety cone. So if the Department of Public Safety is here, they should be conducting safety measures, right? And not, hide behind a fence of their own calling, right? I'm just going to call it as I see it because it's my taxpayer dollars. I live in this county, right? So when you bring the guns, there has to be a justified reason. And standing around in a circle talking to one another is not a justified reason to have guns. Right?
They're on watch.
They're on post.
That's what they're here to do.
Denver Public Schools.
That's their only job here, man. It's just sit here and watch.
Denver Public Schools has an employee here to watch the homeless pack and move, and to watch the community groups that are here to help and volunteer stand in circles and talk to each other.
Come here.
Right? So I'm just I see there are some people doing their work, and we're not putting the cameras on them, giving them privacy. But this is,
It's calm.
It's calm.
It's fine.
It's calm.
They're not messing with people. They're just saying this.
I hear you.
You've seen it get worse. It can. Get worse.
And so
we're all doing good right now.
We're doing good. But 10 cops on the scene was a little excessive. I am glad to turn around and look around after a few minutes and see the number of units down to 4 units on site. And we can't exactly tell who's puffing or not, but at least one of them was earlier, right? Just sitting here, running their vehicles.
Sure.
So it is what it is. Well, like I said, we'll see. I see another mutual aid advocate.
Yeah.
My clothing shines brightly in public spaces, by the way, folks. If you're watching and you see a Mutual Aid Monday shirt, that's my work. Glad to see it. Yeah, do your work.
If you have any flags for me,
I think Wednesday is our next meeting at 1:30 again.
Yeah, I think we're going to do Lala again.
Do the same thing, because we're not asking D-Hold to move their pre-planned, pre-advertised meeting. And I'm just predicting. I'm predicting as a recovered addict that these measures are going to show a high rate of failure. And it breaks my heart because, as I can say, the amount of money we're putting into it means that we should take the time. And these people who are going to be moved tomorrow, if they're not out of here today, because this is just one of 2 camps that's being moved, right? I still indicate that we should put them in a designated field with their own tents, so that we can send the care workers there, and we can send a food service there, and we can put a toilet there, and then they can find some balance in that. Because I went home last night and I had a beer after a long day, and if you tell me that I can't have some freedoms like that, it's not that much different than a jail cell. And to expect people to change their immediate behaviors, I mean, there's no safe outdoor space. So you're basically saying, go smoke on the street corner in the neighborhood where we moved you to, and then go home, but don't have anything on you. So litter, because we're not providing receptacles for all that aluminum either. I'm just saying, like one piece after another. So I'm gonna continue my tour. We'll see you later. Have a good day. Thank you. So folks, you heard it here. We are live. Finally, by the way, had all these problems with all of this infrastructure. This is also unsafe. We have a bus, we can't walk around on the backside. So just keep your heads up, folks.
police cop on the beat.
Huh?
I'm happy to see the police cop on the beat.
Good morning.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes. No. We got to police the police. We got to watch the
Right,
watchers.
right. I'm glad to see you back.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
I haven't been anywhere. I mean, I've been around.
Yeah.
I didn't disappear, but what I did do was start to pay my bills.
One needs to, I think, even once a month.
Yeah, you know, you got to pay rent. You got to pay. I have an office. I have to. I produce clothes and artwork on clothing, so I have to continuously keep up with that. You know, maintain a machine. I owe a big debt on that still. I got bills to pay on it, and debts. You know, debts keep you working and stuck in the capitalist system. But this is a big deal. I was out here yesterday with a group you might be familiar with, the Headwaters Protectors.
I have their t-shirt.
You have a t-shirt. That means you have served at least 3 times to go out and communicate with people on the street who are living in the crisis of homelessness, who need access to water and bathrooms. And the Headwaters Protectors does the things the government doesn't do, right? They provide
They're about 10 times bigger.
Well, you know, volunteer, right? Show up at Benedict Fountain Park, get at the Headwaters Protectors. Good morning.
Yeah.
Get with the get on Headwaters Protectors on Twitter and Instagram and all that jazz. What the Headwaters people do is they come out and provide water to drink, water to wash your cups, storage water at an encampment. They
I got
do trash services.
A Wonder Wash.
The what?
The Wonder Wash.
Ah, nice. So so we were here yesterday.
Yeah.
There were people who were not prepared. There were some people who were excited, you know, but there are a lot of people who voiced honestly their concern about the rules and conditions that they're being put under, the preparedness of the city to actually work with them. And so, you know, we're here, we're observing.
Absolutely.
We're here to keep an eye on it. And I've already, you know, we've seen a few difficulties. But I have hope for our future.
Well, as bad as this is, and I understand it's bad, it really is. If they get this many people, into a decent place.
Yeah.
No, decent.
Yeah.
Over the winter months, that's going to be a hell of a lot better than last year.
Well, you know, that's the kind of thing I need people to recognize and say, because it's really hard on my end, right? Like, I'm out here understanding that this was a 7-day project instead of the recommended 28 days because of the governor's balls.
Right, and that's, they deny that, but obviously.
They deny it, but like with the black tie coming up, like, you know.
You don't need to have it written out to know that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I am.
Cool.
It really is. It is a factor, though, and it's funny to me because if it wasn't for the governor's balls, we wouldn't be here today. Because we would be here in a month, and they would take a long time, and they'd make sure people were ready. They might even like stage people reducing their property and help them get in those mindsets of being housed again. And you know, we had a listening session that I didn't even see properly advertised. The Lyle decision, the Lyle meetings. Were you there?
For which I was starting some substance meetings, but the original Lyle meetings I didn't like.
No, this week's Lyle meeting I had a quarterly Lyle meeting.
Oh, is this the one that meets at La Alma Park?
No, those are Wednesdays, and that's with Sterling, who I was interviewing earlier. So the Lyle meetings require that the city hold monthly listening sessions,
which they cancel
or quarterly,
regularly.
They
cancel them all the time.
Right. Well, they didn't do it because it was like 4 days before this, right? So, and by the way, look, there are toilets here, right? This is something that we've said about encampment services, is have toilets, right? But we're at the Lyle meetings, which is the listening session for the people, and to talk about what they need and how to transition and all this other stuff. A very painful fact is that Ray Lyle died in the street while being housed because he wasn't properly prepared for
What's that,
transition.
Ray?
Ray Roy,
Did he
yeah.
have a pickup for a while?
He was the one that was originally building the houses.
I think I know. I think
Yeah.
I knew him. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
tragic.
It is tragic.
And I think I knew him.
So when we think about the fact that we have all these legal sessions because of this person, but the way that they were handled back into service, into housing, into the options, the way they were handled so poorly caused them to die on the street because he had been on the street for so long. They didn't bring him into mental capacities, mental readiness, counseling, conversations. They didn't have him ready to be housed again. And as he was housed, he continued to go out and sleep on the street, but he wasn't prepared, dressed, and weathered. Sometimes he'd just wake up in the morning, like in the night or whatever, is what I was told, and move, like out of the apartment and go sleep somewhere, right? It was not mentally ready for it. So when I think about the mental readiness that we have for these people, like I'm pained. But I also want to just highlight that volunteers and city staff alike, we have 20 or 30 people here roughly, and right now at this time it's 9 o'clock in the morning. We've been here for an hour, and most of the time we've seen them just hanging around talking to each other. So we're not assisting, we're not guiding. It's
Well, every time I've come to traumatic displacement,
yeah.
every time.
Thank you for being here for these people.
When host is here, they talk first to Ralph, then they talk to each other.
Yeah, they're trying to move
After
on
camp,
these people. We
almost
think
all
this is
go.
the mayor's
They start going through and talking.
he's going to have an event here tomorrow or
And
Friday or something.
the one time they only had a person dealing with substance abuse. Well, I tried to get a hold of him. There was a guy who was wheelchair bound. He had no legs. He had lost his shelter one night when there was a blizzard. And he wanted to have a drug.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, you're fine. Thank you, sweetie.
Took
Have a good
forever.
day today.
Get her over with.
Thanks for helping these people.
And here's what she offered. Like this. Arms crossed. Well, and you can come over. This is a wheelchair. You can come over, and he was down, let's say, might have been Sherman and 18 or something like that. They'd be down at our place. What is it called? The down. I forget the name now. Be down there and come up there, but you're going to have to leave the front. And she said the door isn't going to be open. You'll have to knock. That's all she offered. I stuck with him for a long time, and we decided this place wasn't going to work. It just wasn't going to work for a guy in a wheelchair where they're not going to.
So
I was ready to have him go over there. I was going to take him, but he decided, and I thought rightfully, that this was not going to work for somebody like when they're going to. That's the first. He would just be signing papers at it. That's all they offered. He had to get down there by himself. He had to get in there by himself. I mean, what was that going to do anyway?
I don't know. I brought some buttons today, though. I want to remind everybody that's watching live and listening that the murderers of Elijah McClain are currently on trial. That's happening. It's finally happening. So we want justice for Elijah McClain. And we want justice for these people. The city really thinks this is a big deal, that they're doing a great thing. So I just hope that it actually turns into a great thing.
I'll settle for something, just so it's
I'll settle for something.
better than last year.
Yeah. Is there donuts and all that stuff? Food table for everybody?
Kim came with a whole bunch of breakfast. You know Kim, right? You know Kim?
Yeah.
Yeah, she came with breakfast. I don't know if she was even allowed to sit. I don't see it.
She said it all went like immediately.
Oh,
Okay, so
immediately.
the unhoused,
No doubt, no doubt.
the unhoused did eat. There was a table service. I'm just trying to check because normally, like, ma'am's here.